Let's just get right into it. If you're a software engineer, the very core of your job, the fundamental unit of work, is going through its biggest shakeup in a generation. Seriously, we are moving away from a world where we write code to a world where our main job is to define intent.
You can really see this evolution in three big stages. First, you had SE 1.0, right? The manual age. Think text editors and lots of typing. Right now, we're living in SE 2.0, the AI-augmented era of copilots. But we're right on the edge of SE 3.0, the agentic era. This is where AI teammates don't just help you, they actually take the lead on getting technical goals.
So here's how we're going to break this all down today. We'll kick things off by comparing the AI copilots we're all using now with the proactive AI agents that are just around the corner. Then we'll get into the brand new problem this creates, what I'm calling the speed versus trust gap. And finally, we'll talk about the new spec-first skill set you'll need to solve it and how that completely redefines your role as an engineer. Look, we've all gotten pretty good at using these AI-augmented tools, but the jump from that to a truly agentic way of working, well, that's something on a totally different level. We're talking about a potential 1000x productivity gain here. It's going to completely change how humans and computers work together. Okay, so let's start on familiar ground, the AI copilots. You know them, you use them. They're the assistants that have basically become a standard part of our daily workflow built right into the tools we use every day. Now, the most important part of this slide, the key phrase, is right at the end, while the human remains in control. That's the whole thing about a copilot. It's a supportive tool, it's a reactive tool, it makes our work better, for sure, but it never, ever takes the driver's seat. It's waiting for us to give the command. So, in a nutshell, copilots are these incredibly powerful assistants at the line and function level. They see what we're typing, what we're trying to do, and they offer up smart suggestions to help us do it faster. They are our reactive partners in coding, but make no mistake, we're still the ones steering the ship. All right, now let's shift gears and look at what's coming next. These proactive, autonomous AI agents. This is where the whole paradigm really starts to flip on its head. And this definition just nails the core difference. Did you catch that? We shifted from talking about a simple task to a high-level outcome. Agentic AI isn't just responding to a prompt anymore. No, you give it a goal, and it figures out and executes its own plan to get there. This side-by-side really makes that shift from SE 2.0 to 3.0 crystal clear. I mean, look at it. We're going from a tool that needs our input to one that just initiates its own actions, from helping with our goals to setting its own. The model is completely flipping from human in control to human as orchestrator. But, and this is a big but, this amazing leap in productivity creates a totally new kind of problem. And it's fast becoming the main bottleneck in this new world of software development. So here's the rub. While these agents can churn out code at a mind-boggling speed, our ability to actually trust that code is way behind. And this creates a huge review burden because every single time an agent's work isn't perfect, a human, that's you, has to step in and do a really demanding, really time-consuming review. And hey, this isn't just a gut feeling. The data from benchmarks like SW Bench proves it. You look at the reported solve rate for agents and you think, okay, 12.5%, not bad. But then researchers did a deep dive, a detailed manual audit for what they call merge-ready code. The actual success rate, it plummets to under 4%. It turns out agents are great at passing tests, but they often produce really shallow fixes or worse, introduce subtle new bugs. In the real-world result of this trust gap, it's a full-blown human review crisis. Agent productivity is through the roof, which means we're getting flooded with pull requests. And get this, over 2/3 of them are getting stuck in review, just sitting there, totally overwhelming developers and grinding everything to a halt. So what do we do about it? How do we fix this? Well, the answer isn't to slow down the agents. The answer is we have to get much, much better at telling them exactly what to do with total precision right from the very beginning.
And this brings us to the new mandatory skill for this era, briefing engineering. This is the art and science of creating a mission brief that is just as important, just as version controlled, and just as rigorously thought out as the code that it's going to produce.
You see, a proper brief is not just a copy-pasted ticket description. It's a whole briefing pack. You have to give the why, not just the what. You have to define success criteria that you can actually verify. You have to provide all the context it needs, docs, key styles, known gotchas, so it doesn't hallucinate. And you have to give it a strategic blueprint, sort of guiding the agent without micromanaging it. This whole structured approach is being called Spec-First Development. And it's not just some theory. Real industry tools like Hero from AWS are already being built around this exact idea. Developers define all the detailed requirements and design in simple markdown files, and then they just let the agent go and handle the implementation. So what does this all mean for you, the software engineer? Well, it means your role is changing, fundamentally. Let's just be super direct here. In this new agentic era, the most valuable skill a senior engineer has is no longer their ability to write perfect, flawless implementation code. It's their ability to define the work with absolute, undeniable clarity. Your value is moving up the stack. It's moving away from the hands-on keyboard part and toward the high-level strategy of specification, orchestration, and mentorship. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Your job becomes that of a coach. You're the strategist, the mentor, the architect of intent for this whole team of super productive AI teammates. You're spending your time crafting that perfect briefing pack that's going to guide them to a successful and, more importantly, a trustworthy outcome. And really, that's the big question every single developer needs to be asking themselves right now. The agents, they're taking over the how. The truly great engineers of the future are going to be the absolute masters of defining the what and the why.